Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, 23rd day of February, 8th day of ADAR. And of course, what we need to tell you today on Friday is the halacha about Parshas Zachor, which is this Shabbos. Parshas Zachor is an incredibly important Shabbos for everyone to get to shul. That's because it's a biblical command that says that everyone once a year at least should hear the reading of the Torah that reminds us to eradicate the memory of Amalek. We've discussed this before, but this is the Shabbos that it finally happens. So men, women, and children should all be assembled in shul for the reading of Parshas Zachor. Now, when I say children, of course, it only means children that are able to stand quietly and listen to that Torah reading. If it's a child that's 3 years old and is going to cry through the whole thing, then it's very problematic to bring that child into shul. It should be very easy to arrange for the children to just be watched because it only takes about 1 minute to read Parshas Zachor, maybe 2 minutes, and you can have the little children just watched for a moment outside by someone else, and whoever's watching them, usually you can swap because most shuls will arrange for another time for the Torah to be read. Like right after davening, the shul will probably arrange for a second reading for anyone who couldn't be at the first one, and some of them will even arrange it in the afternoon, and that's because it's that important. It's a biblical command. Even when you regularly hear Torah reading, that's not a biblical command, but there is a biblical command on the day of the special reading of Parshas Zachor that everyone should, if possible, listen to the reading of Parshas Zachor. It is very important that the Balkori, the reader, has intention in his mind that says, I'm doing this, but I'm doing it to fulfill the mitzvah for all those who are listening. All those who are listening should have that same kind of receiving thought that I'm receiving the mitzvah now as being done for me by the reader. That's really what we always do for any public mitzvah like Kiddush or anything where somebody's pronouncing something for everybody else. But here they'll make special announcements about it because it's that important and we want to get it exactly right. Because it's so important, you'll notice that they're reading it extra slowly, extra carefully, succinctly, with not a sound in the shul. They'll even read one of the sentences twice because there's a debate as to whether it's supposed to be read Timcha es Zecher Amalek or Timcha es Zecher Amalek, and so they'll read that portion twice. Some shuls will read that whole sentence twice, and some shuls will just read that phrase twice. But either way, you've got to hear the whole thing. In some shuls, they'll actually read the whole portion more than twice because there are different pronunciations, and they're going to read one in the pronunciation of the Ashkenaz Jews and one in the pronunciation of the Sfarad Jews and one for the Taimani Jews, and that's what some shuls are going to do because again it's that important when we want to get the pronunciation of every word and syllable of it exactly right. Do be in shul, make sure to get there, and make sure to fulfill this very important mitzvah. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye bye.